What up YouTube, Forest Aesthetics coming at ya. Today is going to be the start of a new series that both Ian and I wanted to create. It's going to be dedicated towards targeting like a universal problem that a lot of people have in terms of hitting a specific muscle. So today we're going to focus on your inner chest. So a common misconception is that a lot of people think that you can't actually isolate your inner chest. Some of your chest fibers don't actually go all the way from origin to, to the humerus here. Some of them, the ones that stop halfway are actually called non-spanning muscle fibers. And how they work is that these non-spanning muscle fibers, they're wrapped in sort of like a protein sheath, which is very sticky. So when you contract your chest, all of the chest fibers that connect from your humerus to the sternum, these long ones, it attaches to the sticky, non-spanning muscle fibers on the inner chest, and that's how you can contract them. All right guys, now I'm gonna walk you through 3 of our favorite chest exercises that is gonna help you isolate that inner chest, and hopefully you guys will be able to take something good away from this video. All right, so the first exercise over here, we have the PEC Fly machine. I usually like to start off with this exercise at the start of my push workout to sort of warm up my rotator cuffs, get the chest nice and warm. So for this exercise, I like to hold it not on the handles. I put my palms around the white part of the handle to take away tension from the forearms. I also don't sit down on the seat because I just feel that you get I can contract my chest better when I'm standing up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold it here. You don't wanna wrap your hands, your thumb around like that because then you're tensing your forearm. You wanna isolate the chest, so we're just gonna bring it up. And the biggest key factor with this exercise in hitting the inner chest is to pause at the top. A lot of people, they emphasize it on the contraction of the chest going this way, the negative of the movement. So you really have to pause for at least a second at the top if you want to activate that inner chest. So it's like this, and pause. You can pause at the bottom too, but you don't want to go too far back because you could injure your rotator cuff. So always pause at the top. Pause. So I usually do this for about 12 to 15 reps, maybe about 3 to 5 sets at the start of my workout. As I said, it helps warm up the chest, rotator cuffs. Yeah, so the second exercise I'm going to show you is the ISO bench press. Any movement that's called like unilateral ISO just means that it's separate weights for each hand. And the good thing about these movements, it allows you to correct muscle imbalances. So for example, if you're doing like a flat bench press with a full bar, that's one weight that you're pushing up with both of your hands. So if your right hand is stronger than your left hand, then it's going to overpower, and your right chest is you're probably going to get a muscle imbalance down the road. So it's good to incorporate some unilateral movements to help. It forces you to really, concentrate on each left and right arm. So for this exercise, I'm sure you guys have seen it on Instagram. It's a very popular chest finisher. We're not going to do it front on. We're going to turn sideways. I like to get as sideways as possible. You want to try and lock yourself in a sideways position because this is what's going to allow you to really activate the muscle. So I put both of my legs onto one side. I usually hold my hand here. I'll put it on my leg to just lock in that position. And I hold the bar, again, same thing. I'm not gripping the bar fully with my thumb. It's like a hook overhand grip. And you're just going to push out, pause again for 1 to 2 seconds at the top, and then slowly and control on the way down. Pause at the top, slowly on the way down, and you'll feel it immediately. You don't even need to go heavy on this exercise. You'll feel that inner chest contraction. Pause at the top, and down. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, and down. And then you're gonna do it for about 10 to 12 reps. You can do this as a chest finisher or as an exercise on its own. I just find with this exercise, you really have an amazing burn on the inner chest. So the last exercise that I want to show you guys today is a simple and effective chest fly. So for this, I like to adjust it at mid-height, so it's about medium. You're just gonna do a regular cable fly, except you're gonna keep a few things in mind. First thing, I like to stabilize my feet, get into a kind of a lunge position. You don't want to be too far out where the weight is like pushing you back. You want to get comfortable. Just take 1 step forward. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna come in, except you're gonna bring the bottom of your hands. You're gonna curve it a little bit like that. I don't really know how to explain it. You're gonna come out, and then there's a small rotation in the wrists coming inwards.
You're gonna try to touch your pinkies together.
Exactly. that small rotation here is what's really gonna activate that inner chest. It's gonna get you 10 times of a better contraction. Again, with most chest exercises, if you wanna isolate a muscle, you gotta really focus on that pause at the top, not just on the negative. So pause here, focus on bringing it back nice and controlled, stick out your chest, pause again, nice and controlled, remember to breathe. And pause, nice and controlled on the way back. So again, this exercise, because it's more of an isolation movement, I go with like 12 to 15 reps. You can do this anytime in your workout, but you just want to focus two things. Bring your pinkies in together, and a slow and controlled form. Third thing, pausing at the top. So what you guys should keep in mind is that everybody's body is completely different. Height, weight, muscle insertions, bone length, bone density. So just take everything I say with a grain of salt, in the sense that, if a grip doesn't feel good to you, if I told you to completely lock in both of your legs on the chest machine, do whatever makes you feel comfortable, but keep my points in mind, is what I want to stress here. So thank you so much for watching. Look out for more content coming soon. We really appreciate all of you guys' support. We enjoy making these videos and we enjoy helping you guys out. So check out our Instagram links in the description box below. That's pretty much it. On to the next video. Thanks again for tuning in, and peace out.